my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we? My name is Fumidesaluvold. For those of you that are stopping by for the very first time, you are so very welcome indeed. Baby, Candace Owens is out here in these streets and she's really talking about a couple of things.
The day before Charlie died, in which he wrote out to you, and not just to people that work at Turning Point USA, but also security guards, that he thought that they were going to kill him tomorrow, explicitly. I find it highly unusual that you wouldn't share that information at all, or that you would sit by and be quiet, or at some points attack people that are trying to explore who they is, because I don't think anybody believes that Charlie thought that a trans furry kid who had never been on UVU's campus was going to kill him tomorrow.
As you very well know, I cover Candace and all other, politicish episodes with my beautiful Aretha. So we're going to come back with Aretha. I just wanted to come out and say one or two things. When this thing happened with Charlie Kirk, I said right away that this had to be very much an inside job. I was sent a very disturbing video, and I'm going to play it here.
Are you having a hard time believing the ridiculous narrative about Charlie Kirk and what happened to him? Great, me too, because it's embarrassing. Let me show you some footage of Charlie's security detail, specifically this man with these meta AI shades on that'll make you question this ridiculous narrative even more so. So there he is. He turns on his shades right there. He's filming. Charlie gets hit, rest in peace, reacts, goes up to the body. There we go, the handoff right there. You see, everyone bum rushing the stage, and right there, handoff. There's a handoff to a gentleman in a shirt. So just to recap, right there, he is taking something from Charlie, which people think is the lav mic that had the explosive device in it, handing it off to this guy. See, everybody's rushing the stage. He has one job. He knows exactly what he needs to do. Instead of caring about making sure Charlie's okay, his first reaction is to pull something away, to get something off of Charlie, to give it to the guy in the black shirt, who then knows exactly what to do with it and runs off with it. I mean, if you're security detail, you think that the first thing you want to do is deal with Charlie and what's happening to Charlie. His first reaction was, let me get this suspicious thing off of Charlie and give it to this guy who knew exactly what to do. I'm sorry, it's pretty obvious. We need to ask more questions of Meta AI Shades guy over here, because not only does he have high-def footage of Charlie right after he was hit, but why the coordinated movement, right? If I'm handing something off to somebody in the midst of what seems to be chaos, how does that person know exactly what to do with that piece that I just gave him, like the guy in the black shirt who ran off? This guy knew what to take off of Charlie, when to take it off, and who to give it to. The whole Charlie narrative of Tyler Robinson is disintegrating, and the FBI should be embarrassed because they're acting in the typical FBI fashion. We need accountability, especially from this FBI and this administration.
And it showed his team running helter-skelter and handing things to each other. And I was telling Aretha at the time, because we speak as well, behind the scenes. I said, Aretha, let me tell you, when you know somebody's schedule, then you know what they're going to do next. You know what they do for that day. You know what they do for that week. You know what their schedule is for that month. And nobody could have known Charlie's schedule as good as his team. Nobody knew that he was going to be in Utah that day. The team knew the tour dates. The team knew where he was going to go on tour. The team knew it all. And that biblical vibe just came through me when Jesus Christ said at the Last Supper, one of you here will betray me. Because those are the ones that were closest to him and knew him, and that was the case.
My name is Amanda. I worked for Turning Point USA and Charlie Kirk for 4 years. One of those years, I was a donor relations officer in Phoenix, Arizona. And that means is I worked with all the donors within a certain region for all of Turning Point's assets. So Turning Point Action, Turning Point Academy, Turning Point USA, Faith, Blexit, podcasting, everything. When I saw Candace Owens' comment this morning, I just know there are serious backings to whatever her claim is. I've seen it. I know the disgust and the terrible things that go on. People that I felt like I was working for were not, they were horrible. I mean, like, it was just some of the worst times ever. And I was working for such an amazing, brilliant idea of an organization, and to see it for what it really was behind the scenes and how what makes it Turning Point, which is money. I mean, I'm sorry, but it is. That's how it works in the nonprofit world. It took me so much towards the end not to tell donors to take their money elsewhere. That is the first time I've said that out loud. And I'm so proud of myself for being able to come out of that organization and be who I am today. And I hope that all of my amazing, brilliant friends that I know that are still there are able to find their moment to move on. Gosh, the people that are behind it all are just like the worst of the worst. I don't take things personally. This is not a personal, but yeah, love the Lord. Love the Lord. Love the Lord. Amen.
If you guys have not seen this yet, there has been a reported French foreign legionnaire who has come forward. This is somebody who says that he's been doing jobs, assassinating people for, however long, a long time. And he's coming forward to whistleblow on what is expected to happen to Candace, and that what the hit team is supposed to do that is in country right now, and what he is suggesting for her to protect herself, because this is a crazy story that this guy tells.
Rank Colonel DGSC Action Division. For 21 years I ran black contracts in Africa, Middle East, and yes, sometimes on your soil. Tonight, I break every oath I ever took. 2 days ago, a priority cable landed on my desk. Operation Poignard. Target Candace Owens. Client Unit 8200 liaison embedded inside the Elysee. Payment routed through a shell in Cyprus we have used since the Rainbow Warrior days. The directive is explicit. Quote, eliminate the subject during live broadcast. Maximum visceral impact. The blade must be visible. The audience must feel the cut. They want her open from sternum to pelvis while the red light is on. They want the chat scrolling, no, 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 as they at the desk. That trauma is the secondary payload.
Let's continue.
The payload is you, the viewers. Break the Americans who still speak against. Make the rest too afraid to open their mouths. The team is already in country. 4 operators, 2 ex-Legion Blade specialists from Corsica, 1 woman involved in the job on that Saudi journalist in Istanbul, and the spotter who was in the crowd in Utah. They have a studio floor plan. They have the shift.
Did they just say a spotter? They said a spotter in Utah. I didn't even catch that the first time. A spotter who was in the crowd in Utah. So that right there would indicate that this is real. At the very least, that would indicate that Candace, that this is who the source is for Candace. Like that right there. I didn't even catch that the first time. But Candace said they were involved in the Charlie shooting, and I don't know who else was, but right there, he said this one of the spotters that was in the crowd.
Y'all, Candace Owens is finally saying the quiet part out loud, and she's pointing fingers directly inside of Turning Point USA. Candace tweeted this morning that she now has full confidence that Charlie Kirk was betrayed by the leadership at Turning Point USA. Not outsiders, not political enemies, but people inside of his organization. People who literally stood on stage and eulogized him. She said she is naming names, she said she has the evidence, and she's telling anyone who's ever donated to Turning Point to request a refund because, quote, you were lied to and leadership knew. Let that sink in. And here's where it gets even more interesting. 2 days ago, a YouTuber named Wolves in Finance released a breakdown of Turning Point's financial filings, and y'all, it's bad. In fiscal year 2024, Turning Point USA, the one Charlie mainly worked with, saw a 4% increase in donors. But Turning Point Action, which Tyler Boyer ran, saw a 150% increase. Why were donors suddenly funneling their money into the branch that Charlie had very little to do with? And this YouTuber found $1.5 million in payments to an LLC owned by Senator Jake Hoffman, who used to work for Turning Point, except for the address listed for the business is literally a parking lot at a strip mall. There's no business by that LLC name there. Now, I'm not saying that's connected to Candace's claims, but I'm also not saying it's not. And remember, 8 days before Charlie was killed, he sent out this internal memo announcing a massive leadership shakeup. Charlie was replacing Tyler Boyer as COO of Turning Point USA with Justin Strife. Effective immediately, no transition. And Charlie ordered something he called a company-wide Doge effort, which, if you read between the lines, looks a whole lot like an internal audit. What did Charlie see that made him do that? Why did he suddenly sideline Boyer, and is that what Candace is hinting at today? Whatever it is, Candace is making it clear that she believes Charlie Kirk was not taken out by political enemies, but by people inside of his own organization, people with access, people with motive, and people who benefited from money moving around behind the scenes. She says she's dropping names and evidence, and if what she has lines up with the financial patterns we're already seeing, Turning Point is going to have an even bigger problem on their hands. And this got me digging into Tyler Boyer, and y'all, there's a lot there that just does not look right. I'm working on getting all that together, so make sure you're following for that update, and so I can update you the second Candace drops the names. This is about to get messy.
So as if this Erica Kirk saga couldn't get any stranger, the former Miss Arizona 2012 is probably waking up to a firestorm this morning, and it's not courtesy of Candace Owens. TPUSA's tax returns are public, and two major bombshells came from it. An almost $1.5 million payment for social media went to an empty parking lot in Arizona. And also, reports are surfacing that there was a $20 to $30 million life insurance policy taken out on Charlie Kirk. And what makes even more unsettling news is now a resurfaced clip from Erica's Megyn Kelly interview, where she claims in it the now famous billionaire donor meeting, that same meeting where Charlie was allegedly offered $150 million and a trip to Israel. Bibi himself was on the phone and asked Charlie in one of his first questions, what would TPUSA do if something happened to you? Now, in hindsight, that question sounds less like strategy and more like a warning. It also lines up disturbingly with what Candace Owens said, that Charlie told someone right before he died, I think I'm going to be killed. What's even stranger is Erica's claim that Charlie, a man known for saying that women should stay at home and raise the family, allegedly responded Erica would do a great job running it. And now she's the CEO of the largest youth political street team machine in America. Mix that up with Erica's background as a reality TV personality and beauty queen, her long-standing ties to Donald Trump, her mother's connections to Homeland Security, her father being knighted by the King of Sweden, and online chatter about her Romania Angels nonprofit and child trafficking allegations, and this is just getting crazy. Add in the fact that Charlie was assassinated shortly after he began questioning a foreign country's influence in U.S. politics, and the timeline becomes impossible to ignore. Story developing.
Why is the FBI telling witnesses from the Charlie Kirk assassination to delete their footage? Because it might cause them PTSD. Ryan Simmons luckily backed up his footage on an external hard drive, and I have to wonder if the FBI wants it deleted because he caught an angle of this character on camera. His name is Skylar Baird, and weirdly, there were Google search spikes of his name coming from Tel Aviv, Haifa, and Washington, D.C. before September 10th. But now Google Trends has scrubbed that data. Skylar kept very close proximity to Charlie's security guard before the TPUSA event when they were pushed up against the wall, and during the event when they both were front row. Skylar's Facebook shows that he was dropping out of helicopters for the Coast Guard in 2018. But now he's claiming to just be a digital content creator, even though he only has 7 posts, 5 of which were after the Charlie Kirk assassination. But he somehow got a floor press pass to the memorial. He was the guy that mainstream media interviewed over 7 times, each time saying the exact same thing.
Watched the video for like 10. It's like maybe 10 or 15 feet away when it happened.
I'm not trying to be cynical, but I don't see any physical tears. So where did this guy come from? Why was his name searched before the assassination? Why are witnesses having their TikTok and social media accounts banned and their footage taken down? Why doesn't the FBI want this footage or maybe this angle out there? So what do you think is going on? Is Skylar just an innocent witness that happens to have a background in government uniformed services? Or is it possible that he's a part of some sort of a conspiracy? As always, I want to hear what you think about all of this down below.
Candice's life has been in danger, and I wish her the very best. I don't want any harm to come to her. She's a mother of 4 children. And I tried so very hard, so very hard to really stand up, try to understand Erica. I did. I felt that her husband had passed away and she should be given some grace. I just don't understand why she's going on tour talking to everybody and anybody when you should be grieving. And it's not what I would do. I'm just saying in general, your children are at stake. And this young lady came out to say that Turning Point USA is really about a lot of money. It's really about the money. And how she would have loved to tell those donors, take your money elsewhere. Stunned. I'll say it again. Whatever happened to Charlie, it was not this young boy that they pinned it on. And everything's going to come to the surface. How about that? Everything is going to come to the surface. And we're going to find out how it's all going to play about. That's all I can say. Darlings, we have a phenomenal seminar. How to travel the world for absolutely free. How to travel the world for absolutely free and have free hotel accommodation. On top of which, have free transportation as well. Drop the word free down here in the comment section I will put the link below for you to buy your tickets. The seminar is going to be on the 14th of December and it's going to be absolutely fabulous. I am living my best life. I am traveling for free. My family travels for free. You can travel for free as a family. It's going to be on and popping. This Christmas holidays, and remember how it is in January when all of the rates have gone down. Living and loving. It's for my Fumi Nation. It's my Christmas present to you. Don't forget to like, to subscribe, hit the notification button, and I'll see you I'll see you sooner than later. And follow me on LTK. LTK, like to know it, my darlings, is a fabulous site where I have all of my dresses, all of my shoes, all of my handbags, lipsticks, lip glosses, all of that. I put that there for you. Okay? Mwah. Love you. Oh my God, I am so excited. I am so excited, my darlings. We have officially launched the FDV website, and we have what? We've got products, we've got merch, we've got t-shirts, we've got tote bags. I am so excited. A lot of you said, Fumi, when are the t-shirts coming? And I want to tell you that I am terribly humbled. I had launched this exclusively at the meet and greet, and for the life of me, I did not know that we would sell out. I had no idea. So I had to put the money back into the business so that I could get some more t-shirts and tote bags for you. And I want to say what a journey this has been. The 2 t-shirts that I have, and I'm wearing one now with the v-neck, and I measured it so that it comes right down. Whether you're big busted, whether you're small busted, it will come right down to the center without opening with the bust. And darlings, I have what is delayed is not denied, because everything started much later in my life. I got married at 40. I had Adrian at 48. I started YouTube at 45. I started my business at 55. And so I want you guys to know that what is delayed is absolutely what is not denied. And so I made these for you in white as well as in black. It is tagless because I react to tags. We have t-shirts where you have no tags, and these go all the way from an extra large to an extra small. Some of you will be wondering, Fumi, what size are you wearing? I am wearing an extra small. We also have it in black for you, so let me show you. What is delayed is not denied. There you go. So whatever your preference, if you like white, if you like black, go right ahead. I love both. It is absolutely fabulous. Everybody, anybody can wear this, and just look at how it goes all the way down. I love it. So it covers your bottom for those of you that are conscious. You can also tuck it in halfway as well, make it loose, loungy with your jeans, and then you can roll it up. You can style it any which way that you like. I love it because you can also layer it underneath your suits because it's getting colder now, and the quality is absolutely what? Absolutely fabulous. And for my ladies that are double X, you can get the extra large because it is that big. You're going to love them. Super soft. Put them in the wash. They don't shrink. They don't shift. They don't shed. I put a lot of work into this because it was really personal. And I wanted again to send a message that what is delayed is never denied. And that means that you're only prepping yourself for greatness. It will come to you with such greatness. The next t-shirt that I made was eating my salads and minding my business. I loved it. And that's how I got here in essence. I ate my salads. I began to really have a healthier lifestyle. A healthier lifestyle, not only physically, but emotionally and mentally. Meaning that what no longer served me, I no longer wanted. I think that I just thought I can just bash myself around. I can abuse myself. I can ill-treat myself. You don't say beautiful things to yourself. But I would say it to everybody else. Oh girl, you're fabulous, gorgeous, this, that. I never said it to myself. And I began to realize that, Fumi, you know what? In the eating your salads is a representation of really taking a healthier stance to all of you, to everything of you. And salads are healthy, but you have the mental, you have the emotional. So I started speaking positively to myself. It was amazing. It really was amazing. I got more confident and I really began to love myself. And in part was when I started to say, Fumi, wear your natural hair. You are beautiful. You say it to others, you don't say it to yourself. And when I started to say it to myself, I began to have more confidence. I also realized that for me, you don't have to be in any negative spaces, negative anywhere, because what? I am healthier, hence the eating my salads. The minding my business was amazing, because the more I minded my business, the more time I had to be productive with my life. Isn't that a trip? Oh my God. That is the real meaning of this. Mind my business. So I really wasn't into the gossip. I really wasn't into unproductive conversation. I sat at a table and every girl, lady, woman, female at that table was a CEO. When I tell you, we talked about production, we talked about fulfillment centers, we talked about where you can get better fabrics from Prague, from Portugal, from Bangladesh, from this, from that. I was rejuvenated, and I realized that for me, when you stay away from stuff that does not serve you and is not productive to you, you truly mind your business. And I became a better mom. I became a better wife. I spent more time with the family. I enjoyed Adrian right across the board. That is a representation, because you are weeding out what no longer serves you mentally, emotionally, physically. Eating my salads and minding my business. They also come in an extra small, and it goes all the way to an extra large, and it's a bigger, loungier size. That's another thing, because I have been different sizes on this channel. Bigger busted, smaller busted. I've been curvy. I've been a limousine girl, and I loved every stage of me. I did. I really did. And that was why I said I'm going to make it a loose fit. Why? Because if you're a curvy girl, it will suit you. If you're a slimmer girl, it will suit you. If you're an athletic girl, it will suit you. It's no longer what you look like. Truly, it's how you feel. And my limousine girls and my curvy girls, do you know, at that stage was one of my happiest times of my life, because it was when I gave birth to Adrian. This body created life when I was told so many times that it couldn't. And that was how I really realized, it became so clear to me that, woman, you're amazing. Men can wear it too, my darling boys. I will come out with a crew neck, but I thought, let me come out with a V-neck so that you can put all of your jewelry. That's another thing. You can put all of your jewelry, you can put all of your necklaces. It's just enough for it to show. It is just enough. When I tell you this took so long, and it's plain in front, and you got the message in the back. You see, when you're walking away, clicking in your heels, that's the message. I lived for it. So those are the t-shirts, my darlings. If they sell out, don't panic. Don't panic. I will order some more, okay? And then we have what? We have our tote bag. We have our tote bag with the thicker straps that you can carry with you, and you can take this to the gym. It's a sports bag. You can take it to the gym. You can take it to the supermarket. You can take it to work. It's got the logos on both ends. And I'm going to show you something also. You have a magnetic clip, so you can clip it in. It will hold in together. Also, when you pull it apart, you will have the label also in the bag, and then you've got a big purse right here to put all of your keys. But guess what? Multi-purpose, my darling. You can also fold this bag. So I'm going to show you as is. You just turn it in like so on both sides. There you go. You fold it. Guess what? You fold it into the opening pochette. And there you go. There you go. So you can have this as an extra shopping bag. You can have this as an extra bag when you're going anywhere, even on the airport, when you're traveling. It's so handy. So handy. It's a canvas bag. It is absolutely washable. It does not change. And we have it in pink. We have it in orange. We have it in sky blue, of which I live and love. Yes. And then we also have it in ice cream. Ice cream, because I love ice cream. And I also love yogurt. So baby girl, you are looking absolutely cute. I hope you enjoy these, my darlings. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. Thank you for riding with me. This is just the beginning, because the bras are coming, the slips are coming, the panties are coming, the makeup, the skincare, the Afro hair care kit is coming. It's all coming, my darling. This is a black-owned brand, and I am self-funded. My financier is my wonderful husband. Thank you. Thank you, Ula. Thank you for the unconditional love and support. I could never do any of this without him. You're so generous, and God bless you. And God bless you too, my beautiful Fumi Nation. And I am so excited. The link is below, and I will be sharing how to wear the t-shirts, different styles, different suits for you. Thank you so very much. God bless. Bye-bye. Yay! We have launched. We have launched. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm just so excited. I am so excited. I am what? I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited.